right? How to run multiple mappers if table is not enabled by the primary key, right? Yesterday we have discussed, right? So if the table is enabled by the primary key, we can able to run the multiple mappers, so this many number of mappers goes to the MySQL database, and it will try to retrieve the data from the MySQL to SDFS. But suppose if the table is not enabled by the primary key, so we can't able to use multiple mappers. So if you're trying to use the multiple mappers, then Sqube suggesting you to use a split by, or it's suggesting you to use a command, try to make the table enabled by the primary key, or use a split by in the Sqube import statement to perform the Sqube import even if the table is not enabled by the primary key. So for this you have to run a command. So just write Sqube import, then as usual write the connection string, then the table name. So which table you are trying to import, write the table name. Then how many number of mappers you want to run? See, I want to run the two mappers. See here, in this case the table TE is not enabled by the primary key, right? So even though the table is not enabled by the primary key, I am running the two mappers, right? So here I am using -m space 2, right, which specifies that your the two mappers are goes to the MySQL database to retrieve the data. So when you're trying to use the multiple mappers for a table which is not enabled by the primary key, we have to specify how you want to split the data. How you want to split the data in the sense, suppose if the table is having like a 1 comma array, fine, because it's having id is there, so we can easily divide the number of rows for the multiple mappers. But if your data, if the table is having something like array and hyd, now how you divide the data for the multiple number of mappers, right? So from where to where you have to take the data, right? You should specify clearly to the Sqube command. You split the table with this particular field. So simple logic here. So there are the 1,100 rows are there, and I want to run three mappers. Then how you divide it? So 0 to 100 left by 3, right? So how many mappers it will come? So that many number of mappers are going to run simultaneously. Then that many number of mappers are going to be created, right? So here you have to use one parameter split by, and I want to import to a directory, some enter the directory name where you want to import data. So I want to import it to some directory te28. Okay, so in a simple word, I'm going to explain here. Suppose if the table is enabled by the primary key, we should run the multiple mappers. Then how to run multiple mappers if the table is not enabled by the primary key? Simple. If the table is not enabled by the primary key, to run the multiple mappers in the Sqube import, we have to use a parameter split by, and this parameter must contain a column name, like how you want to split the table, which column in the table you want to split, so that you can assign that particular column to the mapper to retrieve the data, right? So take this, and I'm going to run this command. Okay, Sqube import, then write the connection string, and the database name is a test, and the table name is a te, and number of mappers I want to run is a 2, and I want to split the table. Which table? The te table. So if you go through the MySQL terminal, see desc, right? See the table structure here, desc te. We have the two columns, right? One is id and another one is a name. So I want to split the table by taking an id. So I wrote this split by and this field id here. So split by id, and I want to import to the directory t23 or some directory in sdfs. Okay, then press enter. Okay, it's running now. See, completed 0 percentage. Right, it we retrieved 21 records. Now see here, the table is enabled not enabled by the primary key. We run the multiple mappers. So how many mappers we run? We run the two mappers. So now in the directory Hadoop fs-ls te29, now we can see the two part files. Okay, so now this is a part file 1 and part file 2, right? So the first part file contains some rows and the next part file contains some rows. You can see Hadoop space fsfn cat, then write te29, then part hyphen m hyphen 00000, right? So we have some records in the first part file and remaining records we are there in the second part file. Okay, uh, got this. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so scoop query based imports. Okay, so now I don't want to import the entire table data, right? So I want to run a query from the MySQL uh, onto the MySQL from the cube. So I want to retrieve the rows based upon the query which we are going to write into the cube command. See here, right? So in the terminal, see, I'm running a query. I want to display id comma name from the table name where id greater than 3, right? Now I want to import only these rows, not the entire table te. Actually we have select start from te, right? So this is the complete table we are having. Now from this table I want to import only the rows where id is greater than 3. So this is my query which I want to run, right? So that means I want to import the rows where id greater than 3, right? So for this we run scoop conditional based imports, or we can call it as a scoop query based imports, right? How to run this? You have to run a scoop import command, then as usual write the connection string. Now what is the MySQL query you want to run, right? So write that query as a parameter hyphen hyphen query, right? What I want to do now, I want to import id comma name from the table name te where id greater than 1. So you have to write this line, this query here as a parameter to the query. And now this is the default one, so you are not supposed to change this one. So whatever the query you are going to write, so at the end we have to add and space slash dollar conditions, so that you are going to tell the scoop that you are going to run a scoop query based imports. So for that we have to add this one line, this one word, add and space slash dollar symbol condition. So this condition replaces this value which you are going to run to the MySQL to import the data, right? After that use the split by and the which column you want to split the table. So split by id, and where in SDFS you want to import the data, just write the directory. Okay, so simple, right? Just as usual scoop write the connection string, and then take one parameter query. Now for this parameter query, write the MySQL query, the condition, right? Which query you want to evaluate. So just write the query here. Okay, and after writing the query at the end, so this is not changeable, right? For every query, whatever the query it is, you have to write this parameter as it is. And after writing the query, then specify how you want to split the table. So write the split by id and where you want to import the data. I want to import the data to the directory t29. So run this command. Okay, it says that t29 is already exist. Right, I'll give t30 and I want to import where id is greater than 3, not 1. Okay, just to write this query, it's simple. Just write the scoop import, then after that write the connection string, then write which query you want to evaluate, write the query, and then how you want to split the table, from based upon which column you want to split the table. Write that column name for the parameter split by and where you want to import the table, right? So you have to write these four things in the scoop import command. Okay, so now it will import the rows where id. So how much, what is the condition you wrote here, based upon that condition it will try to import the rows to the sdfs directory, which is t29 here. Oh, okay, now see, retrieved 15 records. So when you run the query, how many records are there? 15 rows are there. That is the id comma name above 3 are 15, right? There are 15 rows in mysql. So how many rows are imported? So 50 records are imported to the sdfs directory, that is t30, right? So check now from the my sdfs terminal. If you write hadoop space fs cat t30, right? It will have the rows which where id is greater than 3. T30. Okay, so now how many mappers it took? 4 mappers, because I have not specified the number of mappers. See in the query what I did not specify the any number of mappers. So what are the default number of mappers? 4 mappers. So it will create the 4 part files. Question that you will get. So how to import the data from the multiple tables? Suppose you have the 2 tables in MySQL, right? Now I have to import the data from the 2 tables to the SDFS. So how to write that query? Simple answer. We have to run the query based import. So now in the query, whatever the query you're writing, so here we have to write the join statement. We can able to write the subquery or nested select statement. So whatever the query which is used to join the 2 tables, that MySQL query we have to write here. Okay, so that we can able to retrieve the rows from the 2 tables. So just join the 2 tables by writing some join condition. So the complete query now we have to write here, like how to join the two tables in MySQL. So the entire query we have to write here. Right, in this way we can join the two or three tables, multiple tables, and we retrieve the rows to the SDFS. Right, this is we call it as a query based imports.